more useful is to think about it as a kind of community of knowledge building. The teacher has the primary role of orchestrating the sharing of knowledge within the community and helping people do it in productive ways and modeling what it looks like when you don't know the answer to something to go out and find the answer. So the teacher certainly is more than just a participant. The teacher is a kind of organizer and modeler. But the students also are teaching the teacher and bringing things to the table that others don't know. So everyone is a contributor as well as a consumer. And I think of it as a kind of ecosystem, if you will, where there are many different niches within the ecosystem. Students have different goals, they have different backgrounds, they have different contributions they can make. And my job is to make the ecosystem run smoothly together. We have what we call a back channel during class where students can chat with one another while class is going on. So there's the front channel of what we're talking about face-to-face, and there's also the back channel. And in a class of 60 or 70 people, the back channel actually has more conversation than the front channel because more than one person can talk at a time. Some students find that distracting, so they don't do it, but they can look at the archive afterwards and see what their peers were thinking about and how they were participating. And my teaching fellows watch the back channel, and sometimes we bring something into the front channel that people in the back channel have been talking about. But we complement that with Google Community that students can discuss in any time. That's not synchronous, but asynchronous. Over the course of the semester, with about 60 students, there's going to be more than 1,000 postings in that community. I participate, my teaching fellows participate, and one of the interesting things to me is that some of the postings on emerging technologies, which is what I teach, I didn't know about. So even specialists in a field now cannot keep up with everything. The students and I form an environmental scanning system. We do Twitter chats sometimes at night for people who like very fast-paced synchronous interaction. And even though it's difficult to express complicated ideas in 140 characters, it's good practice to understand how to get people's attention quickly. And of course, in society, we see that Twitter is a powerful force for shaping people's ideas. And so learning the rhetoric of Twitter is an important thing. Now, as a teacher, I step back and I look at all those media and all that interaction, and I see two things happening that are really very good. One of them is that people are able to share many more ideas by using all those media than we can share just during class time in a group of 60 people with one person able to talk at a time. So that's an innovation. But the other innovation is, even at Harvard, even in graduate work, I have students who will never say anything during class. They just won't ever make a comment. They'll listen, but they won't talk. They find their voice in different media. Some come alive in the Twitter chat, some in the online community, some in the back channel. And so again, there's a deeper and richer sharing of knowledge that takes place. And that's just a very simple innovation, using devices that people already have and social media that they already have in their personal lives. So it's just the start of some very powerful innovations we could have. Well, technology is always a double-edged sword. It can be used in a very flexible way for good or also for ill. And I think the big challenge for us is to understand that we can be in control of technology rather than technology being in control of people. But it all depends on how it's designed, and it all depends on how knowledgeable we are. So sometimes in my own work at the university, we have a student information system, and something will go wrong, and I will complain, and I will be told, oh, well, that's the way the system has to be. But I know about technology, so I say, oh no, no, that's not the way the system has to be. That may be how you made the system, but that's not how it has to be, and you're going to need to change this if it's going to be useful. So I think that we need to have those kinds of dialogues across the world. When do we want to use technology, and when do we deliberately not want to use it, even though we could? How do we increase people's humanity through technology rather than undercutting what humanity is? And I think ultimately education is the single most powerful force in that, because if you understand how technology works and what its limits are, you're much more able to be a thoughtful consumer, a better designer, somebody that is a constructive friend of technology and its use, than if technology is magic and you simply accept whatever the magic brings to you.